tried to sneak out.
No, I didn't. It kept showing you from the beginning, and all I could hear you talking, but it was replaying everything we had just said. So it was like it was weird.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Maybe Saturn in Aries. Maybe
yeah.
Saturn
The
in, the
closing cycles
season.
out. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So tell us about you. Tell us what make you what part of your life create that transformation to help you reach so many people and help so many people, Kathy? Because not everyone does that.
I don't even know. I just think God did that because so my story is when I had my near death experience. I was 19 when that happened, and I'll be 46 in a couple weeks. So there was a long journey after that near death experience, and I'm 46. So there wasn't social media back then. So it's not like I jumped on here and started something.
Yes.
Being so young and having the near death experience, I think really is what made me not accept it or trust it as much as if I were older. I think I would have been able to internalize things a lot differently and take things in better, because being younger, I just didn't, it was just so young and so much to take on at once. But I did go through like this 15-year depression after the accident, after my near death experience, because I just was so angry that why, after seeing heaven and how wonderful it was, why would you ever send me back here? Because it was just
Wow.
in that state of being 19. When I go back and think about it, I was thinking about this today. I was in a lot of turmoil. I was in a lot of emotional pain, struggling with stuff, everything a 19-year-old goes through. So um, having that accident just left me in that. I didn't come out of it with this bright-eyed future. I came out of it with, why did you send me back? Trying to make steps to move forward through it all, moving forward in different directions. But I did try to, everything I moved towards, like I was in the fitness industry. I owned a training studio out in San Diego in my 20s. Like I did
Nice.
different routes, and I was pursuing law enforcement for years. And then I ended up getting so sick with Lyme disease. And that's when I finally like fell apart and realized that this was always what I was supposed to be doing, just healing in general. So when I was sick with the Lyme disease, I created the page Everything Aligns, but I didn't do it thinking I was signing up for something. I did it because I used Instagram as like a Pinterest. So I was like pinning things and posting about the energy and just stuff I liked. Again, never thinking that it was going to grow, because why, I wasn't into this stuff. And it just kept
Yeah.
growing. And I'm like, what is happening here? And it just kept taking off. But I don't even give myself so much credit for the page. It's like I give everybody else that I've reshared content that have added to it, added to the value of it. Like, thank you for everybody who's let me reshare and post your content, because it's like me looking for words to share of how I was feeling, I was posting. So it was just kind of bringing everybody together collectively in a sense. So then it took off. So all I can say is, when you put your heart into something, naturally it's going to take effect, is all it is. When you go after something and you've got the set goal and this and that and this and that, maybe that's not what the divine wants for you. So you really have to just
Yeah.
let things flow, and go at its own pace. So I always just say, just trust the timing of things, because it eventually got so big that I just was like, okay, let's make something of it.
No, that's very beautiful what you do, and we get connected through similar experience. And I find your page when I had my car accident, and I see it, your post. It was one of the first page that I start to follow, and keep me going, keep giving me hope and motivating so many people. And what I see is when I saw your testimony on your page, on your private page, kind of private page, I was like, wow, like one road can take you to different direction, to unexpected direction, something
Hmm.
that you are not expecting to do this, or to be here.
Yeah.
Sometimes when situations happen to you, you are like, why this happened to me,
Hmm.
right? Because imagine a 19 years old you feel down, you feel depressed, different situations in life that happen.
Yeah.
But God had a bigger purpose for you, and you're doing it.
Right. And every day it's still like, what is it? So if you feel lost, it's almost like you always feel lost in some way.
I
Because
know. You always are like, what day is today?
yeah, once you master something, then you're shifted into another direction of what your purpose is, you know? So it's always evolving.
Yes, yes. And what you do, what type of therapies that you do if people want to book you, if people want to reach you? Because the way that I see your page, I always see you promoting everyone,
I do.
right? I want to see what you have more give to us.
I'm trying. No, that's so funny you said that. I do Reiki. So I was 15 when I got my first Reiki certification.
Wow.
So I was so lucky and to stumble across that and have that in my life. But so I always had that. And then even before I started the page, of course, I was going through my Lyme disease and I would get Reiki treatments and stuff. But the thought of, oh, I want to be a Reiki healer myself didn't dawn on me until later. I was like, all right, let me start doing Reiki on people. So I do Reiki sessions. I
That's
call it
nice.
multidimensional healing because sometimes I do get, spirits that come in here and want to stop by your past loved ones, but
Oh,
I don't book one-on-one sessions with mediumship readings or psychic readings just because that's not in my scope right now. You have to practice that stuff. And for me to deliver a message to you, like just one-on-one like this, I'm not up to par with that. I wouldn't feel comfortable I'm telling you the right thing, but when I'm tapped into Reiki and they're here and I'm getting stuff, it's just a channel. The channel's wide open.
that's nice. And you do it at in person or online?
I only do distance Reiki. So I only do that. So I find it better because I'm able to get in my element because I'm too much of a person like, am I good enough? Like, am I doing it right? But I am. It's ridiculous to think that because it's energy and intention travels. But when I'm in my home, in my own space, I'm comfortable and I want you to be in your home and in your space so you can cry. You can do your ugly cry, and do whatever you need to do
Yeah.
to get out the emotion and feeling you need to because I rather be when I go to get Reiki done in person, I hold back my tears because I'm like, oh, I
Wow.
don't want you, I don't want you to see me. So I don't like that for me. So when I work on people with Reiki, I'm like, I want you in your home. I want you come because I'm right here and I'll call you when I'm done with the session and we'll go over it and I'll validate everything you felt because everything you're feeling, I'm feeling too.
You're
So because I'm
feeling that
connected to you.
too.
So
Nice.
I prefer it that way for other people's sake and for mine.
Yeah, that's really nice. Would you do one on me right now?
Uh,
Or you have to
you're killing me, Smalls.
That will be nice. Um, yeah. So where are
I'll
you
give,
located? Huh?
oh, we can set up a session this week and I'll work on you. I love you.
So what's your plan for this year? That is Saturn in Aries, and you have to um I was listening something today, and they were saying that we have to embrace who we are, and we have to stop looking for validation from outside,
Right, right,
right? Like
right,
sometimes we have that sensation, oh, what do you think how I did it, or do you think I did it good? Like we don't have to ask validation anymore from people from outside. We have to
right.
start tap in and to know the validation is.
Right. And it's so true. Like, come on, enough already. We've been doing this for how long, So like within everybody, like how many times have you questioned yourself? How many times have you know, not listened to that gut feeling to not do something or do something. And then you're like, damn it, why didn't I trust myself? So
I
yeah,
know.
like it's almost like the universe is like, I'm done with you guys. You're on your own. Do it, But it
I
wants us to
know.
trust ourselves. And that's definitely where it's at.
I know. And for how long is gonna be Saturn in Aries? I don't remember.
I thought it was 3 years, is it? Until 2000.
3 years?
Or am I wrong? I don't know, guys. Somebody jump in here. I'm
Yes,
keep
I
getting
think
ready.
it's for I don't know, but this one feel like a PhD, you know?
It does. It
Like
does.
this Saturn in Aries is like a PhD.
Yeah.
I swear
Yeah.
God. let's see what the astrology has for us. But we have to trust, like
Hmm.
I will post a video today that is, I think I will do it today or tomorrow, that is about resistance. Sometimes we resist or we try to control everything. When we try to control everything, it's like we hold it so tight that we kill the moment,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And when we open our hand and we let things flow and things to, take the course, things will come to you easily. I give that example. You never see a flower chasing the bees. The
right.
bees chase the flowers. The
True.
same like the butterflies, right?
Yeah,
It
very
take a
true.
lot of things to happen to us to kind of understand. Maybe to put it on practice, it take a little bit longer.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, but uh, what we gonna do? You
But
know?
even with you, when you did that reading for me, it's like like you know these things about you and your life because you've done these things or dug into them, and it's like you get. She gave me a reading. If you need a reading, go get a reading from her. But you map things out that I was like, I already know these things, but I needed to hear them again because you get to this point. I was stuck in my own head for a while now, where I've just been, I don't know, stagnant, I guess. So I'm like, yeah. After my reading, I was like, yeah, I got this. Like, yeah, I'm back. Like it's like I needed a reminder of who I was, and I don't know why, but
Mhm.
you lose that sometimes. So go get a reading if you're feeling like you're stuck or stagnant. Absolutely.
Thank you. No,
Yeah,
I think that sometimes we need that friend, that person that is going to kind of refresh your memory.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? To help you remember who you are. There is a tip that I want to share. There is something that I do. I used to do it a lot. Then I stopped doing it and I start to do it again. That is, you take a glass of water and you drink half. And what you're going to say, you're going to grab the glass of water and you're going to ask the universe, putting your head up, this is all I need to do for this problem, right? This
Yeah.
is all that I need to know for this problem. And then in the morning you drink the other half, right? And when you drink the other half, you say, this is all I need to do for this problem. And it worked like magic.
I like that.
Yeah, it
The
worked like
water stuff is
magic.
really good.
Yeah, because it's like the answers start to pop up in your head.
Right.
Like, oh,
Even
I
you
have this issue. Eh?
with the mantras you told me. I know this stuff. I said, but no, like even my mantra I've been saying day in and day out because I'm reminding myself, remember, remember. So I just have to, because I'm needing that. We're in this new, this new era now, and it's like we're not going to regress anymore. There's no more times. We're not doing that. We're moving forward. You're going to take those steps. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to do it because the more you do it, the easier it is. Like how many times do you look
Yes,
like me looking back where I was and now where I'm at from years
I know.
ago? You
I
did that by
know.
taking those uncomfortable steps, you
Yeah,
know?
and there is something also that I tell people online or when I do my reels or anything. I tell people my life is not perfect. Like, our life is not perfect. But for the path that we pass, right? And the knowledge that we learn from the things that happen to us, we share with our community, We
Yeah.
share with other people. That's what we do. Like if you guys gonna think, yes, the pure water is very good. If you think our life is, or I'm going to talk for myself, if you think my life is perfect, it's wonderful, no,
Right.
right? Everyone
Right.
has issues. Everyone has shadows that we need to work on it. But the best thing that we can do is just face those shadows, you
Right.
know? Like sometimes we are scared of so many things, but it's like when you just trespass that door of being afraid or something of someone, it's like the power fade away, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the power that you give to someone or to a situation fade away. So that's what I'm trying to do, you know? Like I don't have everything settled. I don't have everything figured out, but something that I do every morning is meditate because that meditation keep me going. If I don't meditate, it's like I cannot function. When I meditate, it's like I get the Wi-Fi, you know? It's like,
Hmm.
okay, poof, Wi-Fi
Yeah.
connected. We can
Yeah.
keep going through the
Yeah.
date. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's good to leader here. We are all human. Those terms are said hurricanes and shifting. Yes, yes. Yes, especially like what happened, like regarding that comment that he's saying. I don't know if we should say like what happened with Deepak Chopra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know if like it's different. It's a hard topics nowadays, but I think the only person that you need to trust and follow is your inner spirit, is your inner soul, because your intuition doesn't lie, and our heart is the right connection through the spirit, to the source, to the oneness. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you see anybody and they tell you something, but most of the time, if they tell you, your intuition is telling you though something is not right, listen to your intuition.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
healing, learning alone and together. Yes, that's how it is. Yeah, we are here
Oh,
in the path, Kathy.
what?
We are here on this journey, in this
Yeah.
healing journey,
Yeah. I
and
think
sharing.
one of the things with people sometimes, like humility, like sometimes when people have a hard time just saying that they were wrong in a situation or something like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I find the biggest relief when I can be in a situation where I'm being the brat and I can be like, okay, all right, it is my fault. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm the one causing this energy in this room right now. So because then it
Mhm.
makes the energy go away and then it's like everybody can go back to normal again because, when you, I don't know, it's like being responsible for yourself too. I think that that's the most compassionate thing you can do for other people around you also, just
I
saying,
know.
admitting when you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. That's like the best thing you can do in the world. It just makes everything more real.
Yes, it's like you feel like something um heavy is lifted from your shoulders, because you have that ego. No, I don't want to be wrong. I
Right.
want to be
It's
right,
you. And yeah.
right? But then when you say, you know what, I'm sorry, like I'm
It
sorry if
was
I
me.
make you upset,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
That
Yeah.
goes a long, that goes a long way. I do that a lot with myself because I'm always keeping myself in check because I don't like to be out of line or anything like that. But I'm thinking about my family and situations. I'm at the dinner
Mhm.
table and I'm the one who's over hungry, overstressed, overtired, and I'm taking it out I'm just snippy, and it's like that's not fair to them. They're like, and I'm like, oh, you're right. Let me get some nutrients in me and then let me apologize. Let me get my blood sugar back up so I can be normal to you.
Yeah. Let me eat first and then
And
we
even
can
then,
move
that's not
on.
an excuse, guys. So, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. What
Mm.
else you can tell us about you, Kathy?
About me? I'm
What
not
is
sure.
the like I think something, sorry to interrupt you.
Mm,
Um I think something that is very important, and you overcome that, and a lot of us we pass that. About what's your kind of key recommendation, or what you will tell people that has depression?
Oh, don't don't give up. I mean, there's like when I say everything aligns, it does align. I mean, there will be something, and when you even look at astrology charts, go look at your chart. It will show you how long you're going to be in this massive clump of stuff. You know what I mean? And but everything does work itself out. It's the weirdest way because eventually you get to a point where you're like, I'm sick of feeling this way, and there's something changes, something shifts, someone says something, some job comes up, some opportunity happens. There's something that always happens that's going to recourse correct you, and it's up to you to start going. Am I going to take this course? Am I going to do this way? You know, you have choices. Everything's about choices. So it's just even when you're in that depression, it's just don't give up hope because eventually it all works out. It does. I mean, I sat in my depression for 15 years wanting out. I'm telling you, wanting out. Like I was going through life and living my thing, doing my thing. But no, underneath of it all, I was so sad. And then one day I had a seizure because I have a seizure disorder. And I was actually when you have seizures, I was you're in between heaven and earth, you know, because I don't know if I'm going to turn back on. I'm that deep into a seizure. I don't know if my body's going to reboot. And I had the seizure, and I'm looking down, and I'm watching my mom frantic because I'm seizing, and I got asked, do I want to go? So this is like they're like, do you want to go? Like this is your time because I was that sad.
Wow.
And I remember looking down on my mom, and I was like, wait a minute, my mom needs me. She's scared. She's sad. She's frantic. She needs me. And I all of a sudden I started realizing my niece needs me. If I'm not here, they're gonna be lost without me. Not realizing that I actually had value in this world and in this life and in their lives. I didn't realize because I was so stuck on it was about me and my life and me being miserable. And I was like, no, I want to stay. I was like, no, 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 I want to stay. I want to stay. And the next thing I remember, I was waking up in the hospital and they were putting 11 staples in my head because I had fallen and smacked, you know. And I was like so excited when I finally came to. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm here. And I knew that from that day forward, I was like, I don't care how hard it is. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other and I'm going to dig into this mess of self that I am and figure it out. Like I just had to do it. You know, that was my point where I was like, I'm going to do this not for you guys, but for me, because there was actually value. I sell value. So everybody, I need you to know there's value in who you are. And if you're not here, everything around you crumbles. You don't think that, but that's what happens. It does. You're the glue to somebody. Somebody is held up by you, whether you know it or not. So don't give up.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. So beautiful. Like it's like those are very tough experience, right? Those
Right.
are very tough experience. And when you feel that way, it's like you feel like there is no exit. You feel like um it's not going anywhere, it's not moving. Sometimes what I tell people is like visualize the little thread of gold and hold yourself tight
Yeah.
to that thread,
Yeah.
because that thread is God holding you.
It is. It
You
is.
know, the universe um, holding you for you to be here for a bigger purpose.
Right.
You know, if
Yeah.
anybody has any question, let's see. You can follow her. She posts every day beautiful content and she promote other people. Also, if you want to be during my asthma attack, I have friends like at her legend at work. We went through those. Mhm. Um what I was gonna say. She also, if you want to be featured on her page on Instagram, you can reach her and she will be able to guide you
Well,
with,
thank you.
yes, with all the beautiful content that you do. all the support that you give to the holistic communities, you know.
Thank you.
Someone here has a question here. Perhaps tips during this big decision making moments. We have a question here. Um, can you read it, Kathy?
I
Tips
don't know
during
which
this big
one.
decision. The one that they say she's requesting tips during these big decisions. I guess the time that we are having, some tips to make big decisions
Oh,
during
tips to
hard
make big.
times. It is, Ina, pausing and healing chronic hell and being frugal and deep in wisdom spiritually.
Hi guys, I see all these. I want to say hi. Thank you all for your comments too.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Tips on. I'm trying to see
She
this
uh,
question.
she mm, she make another question like farther that is more explicit.
Okay. And I always feel bad because when people feel lonely, I understand that. And you're never truly alone. I get that. But you are at some points. But then when you're in those lonely states, I remember saying to God, like, I was like, there's no way that because all I did was go to work. I didn't really have really many friends. I was always in the scene, but then I'm very to myself. So I remember talking to God one day and I was just like, what, how could somebody, because I was living at home back then. And I said, how could I be this? How could I have so much to give and sit in my room all the time? Like, I don't understand my plan. Like, there has to be a reason for why I'm in my room for this long all the time. I felt like I was stuck in my room for 20 years. And when's my world going to open up? And all of a sudden I heard, soon you're never going to rest. And I was like, what? What? Like, it was clear as day. And then a couple years down the line, I found out I was pregnant. And then I've never rested since. So I'm like, but that's what happened. Like, I remember just being so sad and being like, I don't understand what was my life supposed to be. And that was 38 even, because I was 40 when I had my son. So it's like my life progressed later. It wasn't anything that took off when I was younger. So
Yeah.
there's something, I
And
mean,
mhm.
even when you're in your 20s, life ain't over. It's your 40s, you just begin things. Like, I love my 40s because they're the best years of my life, because you don't give a shit anymore. You're sorry. You just kind of like, you're in a better flow state. Life flows for you because you just grasp things better.
I know, I think so. I think so too. And also, people they say sometimes when we feel sad, when we feel depressed, it's kinda our avatar is tired to
Hmm.
doing something that we are not happy about it.
Right.
And I know some people they get depressed for the location where they live, or something. You're welcome, guys. You can follow her. She's Everything Aligns. Um and sometimes I know we want to take a move. We need to make the move, and we are not happy, but we don't know how to do it. Sometimes, if you don't feel happy where you are, just take one step, and God will give you 10 more steps. You know,
Yeah.
like if you're not happy at your job, or they fire you from your job, maybe that's the best thing that is happening to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You
I always
know.
look at anything that's like a tower moment. I'm like, perfect. What's going to come of this? I can't wait to be on the other side of it because I know it's going to be beautiful. Because this hot mess now, I don't want to deal with anymore anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a,
yeah,
a very good way to see it. Look, to always remember, if something is scrambled, like instead of seeing like, oh, why this happening, like everything is falling apart, we should be excited. Like if we start something from today on, if we are taking something from today, from this conversation, I think that's one of the key points. If you see everything is crumble apart, be happy.
yes, because
You
it's
know?
realigning. It's every and it's going to be to your benefit.
Everything aligned. Everything
Yeah.
aligned after everything
Yeah.
crumbled.
Yeah, especially moving into this eclipse season and everything else. Don't fear it, because whatever's going to happen, and it doesn't mean something's going to happen, like, so don't get panicked,
Yes.
but sometimes it's just like a miscommunication in the family that stirs the pot, and then
Yes.
eventually it settles when you finally have that connection, or you can finally say, I'm sorry, it was me and my mood, like little things like that. So it's
Yeah.
just being aware.
Yeah, have you noticed? I don't know if that happened to you. That's so, like right now, or I don't know, you are talking to someone, are you trying to say this is blue? And they understand something totally different. And you're
Yes.
like, no, I say is like, I'm just telling you it's pink. But
Yeah.
they're like, no, you said that it's, I'm like, no, that's not,
Right.
and people, so that's the point where I think I'm like, are we in a different dimension?
Yeah. Or is this conversation happening? Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is just me, or is
Yeah.
you only talking? Like, I don't know. Anybody has any other question? Let's see. Also, I want to use the opportunity to promote the retreat for Sardinia that
Yes.
we are having. I hope you can go. I isolate myself from the world every single day, then I don't know what I did wrong, but I'm so happy to. Thank you for being here. Don't isolate yourself. Try to meet other people, or try to just go and take the sun. You know, take the sun, because the sun is gonna give you more energy. Where are you located? Are you located in Canada, in the state? And also, don't watch news. Don't
Oh,
watch
stay
news.
away from
Yeah.
stay. It's hard.
Yes, because I really believe I know we have to keep being informed of the things that are happening, but if you notice, sometimes we are watching the news and it's like your vibration.
Oh, yeah. Because a lot of it, you're helpless. What can you do? What can't you do? And then what is real? What's really real that we're being
Yeah.
shown? There's so much. Yeah. So you have to
Yes.
separate it all and definitely use your discretion and intuition on things.
Yeah, it's
Well, I do.
crazy. If you watch the news, you are like, when you go to sleep, you are like, what? Like, you know, like
Hmm.
what's true, what's not, what we should do, and you feel sad. I remember I'm from Venezuela, and when all this situation that happened in Venezuela, it was very stressful,
Yeah.
because you have family there, like is the place where you're born, is your
Right.
country, and it's a country, it's people living there,
Hmm.
and with all the situations that are happening all over, if you keep watching the news, that's gonna make you like feel,
Yeah.
bring your energy down. So good things to keep your energy up. Try to find something that you like. I know when we are sad, it's hard to find that, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe try to, I always say, like, do meditation. That's what hold me. Take the sun, and I think one of the key points is do something different.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, do something
Yeah.
different, because that means your soul doesn't feel at peace where you are in your job,
Right.
in your career, in your relationship.
Yeah, I kept trying to fill voids. Like, I kept trying to, I'm going to do this instead of this. And then I finally was like, what am I supposed to do, God? You direct me, like, because I didn't get in the police department, but thank God, you know what I mean? But that's when I knew.
Yeah.
And I remember before I entered the police department, I went through the Auxiliary Police Academy. I got my degree in criminal justice. I did all the right things. And I
Uh,
did A, B, C, and D. So why didn't it pan out? And that made me spiral, like, but I did everything right. Why didn't it work out? And then, but before I got into that, I said, you should be doing Reiki and stuff in the healing. And I was like, no, this is more stable, and then I ignored that for years. I got my degree, you know, worked in school and all that. And then when it fell apart, I went, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Everything I ignored before. Yeah. So
Yeah. And you
certain,
start to do Reiki at 15.
yeah, that's when I got certified. So I had always been tapped in, and then my mom's a psychic medium, so she was a medium. So
Nice.
after my near-death experience, you know, she really helped me with stuff that happened afterwards with the, you know, people that
Yeah.
would come to me and visit after that had passed, you know, having that intuition kick in, that insight, those abilities kick in. So, yeah. But yeah,
That's
everything
nice.
leads you to something. So when you're in those moments of being lonely, I'm telling you, you're lonely for a reason because your world's about to pop open at any moment. And it will. I'm telling you, I sat there 15 years in this hole and it popped open. So it happens.
Yes, and also I know there is on your page there is
Hmm.
some people that they do astrology. I think astrology is a very beautiful tool. I take the course for astrology. I love astrology, but there is some people that they are able to do the whole thing and everything, and you're gonna be able to find guidance because the way that I see astrology is like it's it's a current, right? When the planet is going, it's like a current that you can take to
Yeah,
go different, different path or go faster. Or maybe there is this situation, how this can benefit if I take this road, right?
right,
Or if I
right.
take this path. So I think it's good for people to, to get an astrology reading to able to guide you, to help you where to go,
Yeah,
you know? It's a
yeah,
good thing. Well, if
it is.
anybody has any other question, you have anything else that you can tell us?
No, I'm just so grateful that you had me. Thank you. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone who's been listening and your wonderful comments. I appreciate it. And yes,
Yes,
just
thank
keep
you,
going,
everyone.
keep
Mm-hmm.
moving forward. And yeah, there's jump on lives and stuff like the community. There's people that will always connect with you in some way. So when you read something and it connects, you know, I hope that makes you feel seen because that's important.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Kathy. Well, I'm planning to have these live sessions every Fridays. We can try to bring someone to create the community, to build people that we can learn from it. Like I
Right.
take something so beautiful from you today, that is when you see something crumble, like everything crumble, don't be sad, just be happy
Yeah.
because
Right.
there is a
Exactly.
reward coming.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for
Thank
being
you.
here. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Her Instagram is Everything Aligns. Feel free to follow her or send her a message.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you.
Bye. Love you
Bye.
too. Bye.
Bye.